Good day all. In this session, I am going to discuss about the structure of the sperm and sperm defects. Let's see. We all know that the mature male gamete is what is called as a sperm that is produced inside the testis by the process of spermatogenesis, and it is a highly specialized free swimming cell. First, let's see about the structure of the sperm. Normally, one sperm cell measures around 50 to 60 microns and has 4 parts. The first part is the headpiece that measures around 4 microns, and the next is the neckpiece, that is actually the shortest part of the sperm, that measures around 0.3 microns. And the next one is the middle piece, otherwise called as the body of the sperm, that measures around 4 microns. The last one is the tail piece that measures around 40 microns. Let's see each part elaborately. The first part of the sperm is what is called as the head of the sperm. It is spear or pyriform in appearance and about 4 microns in length. The head contains the condensed nucleus with 23 chromosomes in the center. Based on the chromosomal pattern, we can appreciate two types of sperms. They are 22 plus X and 22 plus Y sperms, and this chromosomal pattern is the key element that decides the sex of the embryo. The anterior two-thirds of the nucleus is actually covered by the Golgi apparatus with the enzyme hyaluronidase in it and form the acrosome or the Gallia capitis. And this structure, the acrosome and the acrosomal enzymes, are very important to pierce the zona pellucida of the secondary oocyte during fertilization. The second part of the sperm is the neckpiece. It is the shortest part of the sperm and measures about 0.3 microns. It is a narrow part too that connects the head with the middle piece, and actually the position of the proximal centriole marks the initial part of the neck region. Cranially, the proximal centriole is fixed in a small depression present in the posterior part of the nucleus called as the implantation fossa, and caudally it produces the axial filaments that extends into the tail piece through the middle piece. The third part is the middle piece or the body of the sperm. It is a connecting portion between the neck and the tail and is about 4 microns in length. The middle piece is actually called as the powerhouse of the sperm because it holds all the mitochondrions. Here, the mitochondrions are arranged in a spiral fashion around the axial filament and generates the necessary energy for the movement of the sperm. And finally, the ring-like distal centriole called the annulus is placed between the middle piece and the tail that mark the end of the middle piece. The last part of the sperm is the tail piece. Mobility in sperm is achieved by the axial filaments present in the tail piece with the help of the energy generated by the mitochondria. We have two parts in the tail piece. They are the principal piece and the end piece, and they originally differs in the arrangement of the axial filaments. In the principal piece, the axial filament shows 9 plus 2 arrangement with 7 dense petal filaments around it. But in the end piece, the axial filament shows only 9 plus 2 arrangement without any dense petal fibrils. The sperm as a whole is covered by the plasma membrane and has only little cytoplasm in it. On the screen, we can appreciate 3 transverse sections, each from the middle piece, principal piece and end piece of the sperm. The section of the middle piece shows 2 unfused singlet fibrils and 9 fused doublets in the center surrounded by 9 dense petal fibrils. This axial filament is sheathed by spirally arranged mitochondria. The principal piece of the tail shows 9+2 arrangement with 7 dense petal fibrils without a mitochondrial sheath. Instead, it is surrounded by a fibrous sheath around it. The end piece shows only 9+2 arrangement of fibrils. Next, let's see about the sperm defects. As sperms are produced in large scale, defective sperms are very much common even in normal adult male, and the percentage varies from person to person. Let's see some of the sperm defects. The first one is the giant sperm. Sometimes the chromosome and the nucleus will not get condensed properly. Added with that, the sperm will not lose its cytoplasm too, leads to the formation of a giant sperm. This will interfere with the speed of the sperm and make him a loser. The next one is the microsperm. Sometimes the sperm loses most of its necessary machinery and becomes the microsperm that makes him ineligible to fertilize an egg. These are the double heads and double tails. We know that during the developmental process, all the sperm cells from one spermatogonia remains connected with each other by cytoplasmic bridges. Of any reason, if they are not dividing properly, that leads to double heads and double tails. Long and rough heads. They are sperms with defect in the head formation, makes them difficult to release the acrosomal enzymes. The last is the sperm with the abnormal middle piece. If the mitochondria are missed or not arranged properly, the sperm cell will not get the necessary energy for swimming. If they are not hyperactive, they cannot reach the secondary oocyte in time. I hope you have understood the structure of the sperm and sperm defects very well. Let's discuss the uterine cycle and its phases elaborately in the coming session. Till then, bye.